And that night I wrote up the initial sales page for The Secret Garden, and I put it in the back of the book so that I could publish the book. And that's how The Secret Garden came about. And rewind to the 2 months before that, well, how the initial vision came about is because I was giving God my time, my space, my full surrender, and I was in supernatural surgery on my prayer room floor upstairs, broken and like screaming in deliverance as stuff came out of me that he was showing me that was just all this like demons basically in the belly of my business. And as he pulled it out, he showed me an immediate renewal, and I saw him renewing and refreshing my business. And I saw this beautiful garden, and then I saw I understood to be his warrior daughters with crowns on, and I understood that this is my clients and my community, and that was The Secret Garden. And I saw these big gates, but that I thought was personal vision for me, to understand what God was doing in my business. Do you see how time and space with God first, and then how the Possess the Land book came, and then how that led to this membership coming, which has impacted so many lives entirely by God. I'm a willing vessel, so I'm not, it's not like I did nothing, but I did nothing. I said, yes, I came into agreement. We have to come into agreement with what God gives us. And it's made a not insignificant amount of money into my business and ministry as well, but it's been so infinitely beyond that in people's lives, But I said yes when he said, will you just give me 3 to 4 hours? And I said yes that day. And then I said yes a few days later after that. And then I kind of just was like, I don't really have time. I've got trainings. I can't do like 3 to 4 hours with God because I've got a training here, and then I've got this, and then I've got the osteopath, and then it's school pickup. And it just kind of kept going like that. And I was always seeking to get back to that full time and space with God. And it's like, you can't always do that. You can't always have 3 to 4 hours with God. And it's like, you know what, Kat? Talking to me, but I'm talking to you if I'm talking to you. I've spent 3 to 4 hours minimum a day on content creation in my business, too many times to count over the past few decades. And I don't mean that he meant do that 7 days a week, PS. And I also don't mean that he means that for you. That's what he said to me. But I spend that time anyway when I spend the time and doing it my way. I mean that what he showed me is, if you're going to open this thing and, it's a day where you do something relevant to this, to business and ministry online, just give me 3 to 4 hours. Like, give me all of it is what he's saying, basically. Restructure the day. That adds up to what? Like 16 hours a week if it's over 4 days? 16 hours a week for a solid online business and ministry is not much. Or if you're a startup, that's not much. It might be too much for some people. You might be saying something totally different to you. And it's not about religion and perfectionism, but that is what he said to me. And then since then, off and on, from time to time, I've done that. And I've actually done what he said, and I've given him that full 3 to 4 hours, and I've not tried to just deal with all the stuff that I think I need to do, which is always endless. And every time I have, something profound and beyond me has come out. And I could list out examples in the form of programs. So yesterday I did that again, and I was like, I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to wait. I got my black iced coffee, I got my sparkling water, I sat over on the couch, and I just started to wait. With my worship music on, I just started to wait. I started to, journal a little bit. Lord, show me what you want me to do. I had the whole day pretty clear yesterday, except for the 17 million phone calls I'm getting about all the things to do with the house at the moment, and the cyclone stuff, and all the tradesmen coming by. So they did come by and interrupted me at some point, but I still was like fully in it with God. And I had this idea in my head. I was like, I have like a whole free day for once, which happens now and then. No kid stuff. No appointments apart from tradesmen showing up whenever they feel like it, and just assuming that your life revolves around whenever they might show up, which is fine. She says. Thank you, Lord. And I thought in my mind, well, this is great. God's going to help me to do every different thing on my list that I haven't been doing recently. Lord, you show me. And I waited on the Lord. And what I kind of thought was, I'll write like a flow of what I'm going to do for the day, led by God. And what happened instead was I just started to write, and I'm going to read you what I wrote. It's actually gone onto the Secret Garden sales page now. So if you like, you can go and look at KatrinaRuthMinistries.com/The Secret Garden, and the sales page is now new based on this new piece of writing that I wrote. It has the old stuff on it as well. There's still some edits being made right now as I speak. But I've updated it to include this new piece that he gave me. So